Hello all, today's topic is remote procedure call RPC. As the name says, in remote procedure call, there will be a host that communicates with the remote machine. Okay, the host who makes a call is called the client, and the one who responds to the call is called a server. Alright, so that is remote, that is communication is between a remote machine. You already know that when two processors are there in the same machine, then it is called a inter-process communication. Okay, and when two processors communicate, it is called an inter-process communication, and if they are in the same machine, they use a mechanism like pipe, FIFO, shared memory and all these things. If they are in a different machine, then there has to be some way for them to communicate. In case of RPC, that is, it is a message based communication. You should know that RPC in turn uses UDP to communicate. That is, in the transport layer, it uses UDP to communicate with the server. Client communicates with the server. Now, it uses message based. How? It uses something called as procedure. Okay, procedure, a function or a subroutine, all are same. Okay, so client makes a procedure call to the server. As you can see here, it's a request reply like interaction between two hosts on a network and can be handled similar to procedure calls. Easier to program and more familiar. Calling the procedure, whoever calls the procedure is a client, and who the procedure where it is present and with the procedure which is called the server. RPC makes a remote procedure call look like a local one. As I said, RPC hides the network that is there below through which it is communicating, and it looks like the procedure call has been made in the local system. Now, RPC, to call a remote procedure, the client program is bound with a library procedure called client stub. As you can see here, in the client side, the one who handles the procedure is the client stub, and in the server side, the one who handles the procedure is the server stub. This client stub, what it does is, as we already know, if it is a procedure call or a function call, there will be some parameters. Here in RPC, the client stub packs the parameter and it sends it to the operating system, okay, in the form of a system call. This packing of parameters is called marshalling. Okay, so what is a client stub? A client stub is a process. What it does is it packs the parameters of the procedure, which is called marshalling, and then makes a system call to the operating system. You already know that when it is a system call, the context switches from user space to kernel space. Alright, so we will see this step. So how it works? Step 1. Client calls the client stub, a local procedure call. Parameters are pushed onto the stack. The client stub marshals the parameters and makes a system call to send the message. Then, when context switches to the kernel, that is the operating system kernel, the kernel sends the message from the client machine to the server machine. Alright, so after that, the kernel on the server machine passes the incoming packet to the server stub. So a procedure call has been made and the kernel sends the procedure with the parameters to the server. The server stub, what it does is it unpacks the parameters that has been sent. It will run the procedure. Whatever is the return value, again the return value is sent back to the client. The client stub receives the return value and gives it to the client. Okay, so the kernel on server machine passes the incoming packet to the server stub. The server stub calls the server procedure with the unmarshaled parameters. Reply traces the same path in the reverse direction. This is how remote procedure call works. Fine. Now, are there any issues with this? We know that here a procedure call is being made. So, here we cannot use pointers. Why? Pointers point to the memory in the local machine. So, we cannot use pointers while sending parameters to the remote machine or the server. So passing of parameters not possible since client and server are in different address spaces. Workaround can only handle simple data structures. Then you cannot use global variables in this case because the two processes are in different machines. The client is running in a different machine and the server is running in a different machine. That's the reason you cannot use global variables. So these are some of the issues. Thank you.